Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Rattlesnake Rosie's Pumpkin Whiskey. So that was an interesting little thing to do there. And we've got a special guest today. Say hello, special guest, and tell us who you are.
Hey, I'm Pico. I sell as Pico Book Rare Books. I buy books, sell books, and yeah, that's the dealio.
And you're making a return appearance over here, so a lot of fun to have you back. We always start the show the same way. We always ask, before we start the show, last week, and I don't know if you had a chance to see last week's show or not, we had a Get Thrifty podcast on. Okay. And she runs 38, the head of 38 thrift stores out in the Colorado area. And she wanted to, she messed up. She wanted me to make a correction. She had said that they do 6 million customer transactions a week. It's actually a year. So 6 million people buy from them a year. So I wanted to change that. We figured that they sell 50 million items a year through their thrift stores. So the average person's taking about 8 items each when they're trying to go.
Wow.
And that completely blew my mind.
Still baffling.
Do you have any opinion of 38 thrift stores selling 50 million items a year?
I mean, that's the exact opposite of my business, man. It's wild. I've written up maybe like 200 invoices, but like, most my average like dollar value of a sale is like $200. So
$200, yeah, and theirs has to be $4 or $5, I would think, per item, $3-4 per item. So yeah, they are a volume kind of deal. But when she was telling those numbers, 50 million, I had smoke coming out of my ears. I'll tell you right now, I did.
I mean, how much on average are both of you guys?
How many items or how many dollar amount? My dollar amount over on eBay is about, I think I'm up to about 22. And last year on eBay, I sold 3,800 items. So whatever that works out to, and your number's crazy.
Yeah, I got about 1 million items listed on all platforms. But I think eBay and Amazon average is about 22. The adult average is closer to 30.
And then how many items do you ship out in a day typically?
Right now about 200 to 225.
So he's the number of invoices you've done a day. So all different business models though, and that's the beautiful thing about it. We're all making money and we're all doing it a different way. And that's the beauty. There's no right or wrong way. Well, there's wrong ways to do it. But
if we're doing it wrong by now, we shouldn't be in business.
We would be out of business. We're gonna say hi to a couple people.
Oh my God! Thank God, Dawn is here. I was getting nervous. Like, where is she? There's like 5 people in.
There's more than 5. But five talking.
Pudding's in the house. How's it going?
Thank you for being a member.
Danny Diane's here. Awesome Antiquarian.
Thank you for being a member.
Flippin' Root. And Delightful Dawn.
And thank you. Remember, settle down. She's here. How are sales? How are your sales?
Pretty good. I make my sales by sending emails, and so long as I'm sending emails, I'll get a couple of answers back within a day or a week or so.
Now, do you use a program to do that, or do you do it all by hand?
All by hand. I'm kind of dumb. I really should get a program.
Well, that's exactly how I would be doing it. So,
and then you were saying that you have a virtual book fair right now, or virtual sale.
Yeah. So since COVID, there was this guy who was running an in-person book fair that decided he can't run in-person shows anymore, but he can do virtual shows. And so this thing is a monthly kind of bookseller showcase of their best or newest stock that you can visit for only, I think, 3 days and buy stuff kind of directly from the dealer, and there's no like transaction fee or anything like that. And I believe it's hosted by the biggest book selling like search engine, Via Libre. So stuff gets cross posted, and the idea is just to sell a higher dollar amount books per thing.
Right. Wow, very nice.
Cool.
Oh, and Donald says, welcome back.
Hey.
Got a couple more there.
Oh, we got Dawn. Her chat is screwy. Okay. Oh, my partner's screwy. So.
And
Cool.
Mr. Magazine, how are your sales?
eBay's average at best. Amazon's a little slower right now. The only thing that's flying right now is the DVD site we opened up to Canada and the rest of the world. So our sales have been up like.
So has Dawn been buying a lot from you?
I don't know. She's into those type of DVDs, hopefully so. But our sales, literally, since we opened up to the rest of the world, we're doing $500 more a day. These Canadian, there's a few Canadians that are spending $500 a day on movies, so it's kind of crazy. So can't argue with that. And awesome, Aaron's in the house. How's it going, buddy?
And my sales are, I can't complain. It was a really good Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today slowed back down. I had 3 really, really good days. I actually had a $600 day over on eBay, which is, I haven't had one of those in a while. So things have been going pretty well. Today kind of came back down to earth, but it kind of generally does as well.
That's rad.
I think he's back home waiting to go on a vacation down south.
And I did sell 2 items over on $1,000,000 8 on Etsy. Now, you don't go on any of those sites, do you? I just started selling on Abe Books, and I'm actually selling a few items over there.
Yeah. I have like 3 or 4 boxes worth of stuff that are generally collectible. That I just keep not getting around to. But that's the stuff I chuck up on eBay or Abe, that kind of thing. I've found typically like stuff over $100 is a harder sell on eBay. And so it's more worthwhile if I do have that material. It's just write up a kind of description of it and put it with similar material and send that as a list or a catalog, is what we call it, to just like the likeliest buyers.
Okay, right.
I got a question on A Libris and A Books because I see when we're searching like adult stuff, sometimes magazines and books, paperbacks and stuff.
So,
a lot of those sites have them.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to sell that type of stuff on there? Because we're piling up a lot of things that we have triples of, and we're looking for another platform. So I don't know if they really sell there, but they do. People do put that type of adult related magazines and books on there as well. So I didn't know if there's a policy for that.
You could definitely sell adult material on Abe. They don't care. I mean, Abe was owned by Amazon, but before they were bought by Amazon, I think they were just a general book selling online platform.
And there's certain titles and covers you don't want to put on there, just like Amazon. But that's interesting. Might be a platform we could try out. Does it cost much to put on? Is it each item or is it a monthly fee?
They have a special. They actually emailed me, and because I'm very special, and where it was just I pay a little extra per sale, but I don't pay any fees up front, so I can list for free, and then I just pay if I sell something a little more than I otherwise would.
I like that
because they had it where it was something like $39.95, I think, for a thing, but they would charge you $39.95 whether you had 1 item or 10,000 items.
Right.
Yep.
And that's another reason I'm not on there. You know, my total stock is maybe 200 items.
Yep.
And I mean, like I could, but like 50 of those things are things that I have clients for or have possible high buyers, you know.
Yeah, no, it would be, I mean, it's foolish to sit there because if you're paying $40 a month just to be on there and you only got 200 items, first item you sell, you're basically paying for the privilege of having the door open for that, you know. So yeah, as soon as they reached out to me with that offer, I said, yep, I'm all in on that. Nice. And I list 1 item a day on there is what I do. I just literally list 1 item a day.
And on Abe? On Abe. And that's owned by Amazon?
Yeah. But a lot of things are not gated on there. There was a book that I just listed yesterday that you couldn't list on Amazon because it's gated. The publisher, you're not allowed to list.
Yeah.
You can list it on Abe. So
that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you guys use any databases?
No. I just list everything by scratch. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
How about you, Mr. Magazine? You do?
No. The DVD site has its own database that we work off of, kind of like Amazon, but that's about it.
Yeah, most of the like other antiquarian booksellers I know who, I used to work for $1 million business, and everyone has a database at that kind of rung of the totem pole. But I just have a Google Doc or bunch of Google Docs.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now, how about buys? You been buying anything?
Yeah, I didn't buy it all in January, but then I bought a bunch of stuff this past week. Um, uh, yeah, I'm a real specialist dealer.
Yeah.
I do a lot of historic material from India and kind of documenting Indian immigrants in the U.S. And I've never bought anything from India directly, but I realized how much cheaper material is from that country.
Mhm.
Even with shipping fees, like it's like batches of books that I can double or triple up on like next week. So
Cool.
have some fun stuff coming in.
So how do you, because that was actually a question that I had for you. Like for instance, Mr. Magazine has the people come into his store regularly, or he finds people, all around the country selling various things and picks them up that way. I've got the dealers selling to me, but then I've also, I do the estate sales, flea markets, things like that. Because you're such a specialist, unless you literally know that the estate sale up the street is somebody who collected that kind of thing, it's not going to be, it's a needle in a haystack going to a typical estate sale for you. So that was my question: is how do you find things without giving away any trade secrets?
Sure, that's right. Well, I'm very fortunate in that I have in my state a bookseller who buys out the inventories of other booksellers. And so I can just go there, and they've been in business, for like 40, 50 years, and they specialize in old American paper. So what we have is a bunch of old pamphlets and stuff that's usually at least $100, if not more. So I go there about once to every month, to maybe once every other, that kind of thing. And then for my real specialty material, I just know certain keywords.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of follow to a certain extent some scholarship, or I'm researching something. I just put in a keyword for something that seems general and could be on eBay. And I kind of build collections or build inventory that way, but very much item by item.
Okay, right. So yeah, so you've got a complete different way of doing things than we do, because we tend to be the we'll buy you out kind of deal. We're kind of, that's the way we do things, but we're also more or not specially, we're more general dealers. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I did get into a house call recently, where it was like this kind of scholar who was planning on selling his house soon. I saw a bunch of inventory that or potential books that were from the 1800s, but having worked in other shops before, they're just general books. There's nothing terribly special about them. But he had a bunch of these pamphlets relating to Native Americans and that kind of thing. And he thought they were completely worthless, but I'd never seen them before. So I took all of that, but it was still only 8 banker's boxes.
That's still a fair amount of stuff.
Yeah, it is. And for me, it was like super overwhelming in my pretty tiny office space. But
right. Wait, so you didn't get super excited when you saw the history or the biography of James Blaine, the Memorial Edition, or something like that? That everybody had, William McKinley. That everybody had.
I've actually got some James Blaine like leaflets and stuff that I think are junk, but you never know. Probably no one's seen like a pamphlet for voting for James Blaine, but the biography.
No, right. The book is super common. Yep, right. The book is super common. Yep. How about you, Mr. Magazine? Have you been buying anything?
No, it's been kind of quiet, which is good. I'm trying to build up some money. I spent a lot last year buying inventory, and we're overwhelmed and understaffed as far as listers go. So right now, I'm taking advantage of the cool period. We got enough inventory that I don't have to worry for years. But I do get that itch where I want something good coming through. So eventually, we'll start picking it up again. But yeah, not much. Aaron's on vacation for a month, so there'll be no driving all over the country for me. So when he gets back, we'll probably pick it up again. So.
Oh, and Dawn is asking a question. What sorts of books from India do you look for?
Stuff that's real interesting. I know, I mean, that's kind of dumb, but ideally stuff that's printed before 1947. If they're books, they almost always have to be old, or than 1947. India becomes independent then.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask. Yep.
So stuff from the 1800s tends to be the sweet spot. But then the rare book trade is very much a historic artifact kind of business. So I'm really ideally only buying unique material or stuff that I've only copy on the market. And so when I ask, $1 million for some scrap of paper, there's no comparable besides.
Yeah, right. Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in,
Awesome. Adrian's in the house. How's it going?
So I did go to a couple of estate sales. Terrible blowing snow. I ended up going up there. It was
I can't say it. Go on. Sorry.
You got to steal at $3 antiquarian. He actually bought the James Blaine book for me today at an auction. It's a steal. That's like a $10 book, right? Every day, right?
I don't know. I've never had one, but I have bought stuff for like $10 that I sold for $100. For sure. And that they tend to be in antique stores, but generally, if there were that many good antique stores in this neighborhood, I'd be there.
Right. So I ended up buying some stuff. I ended up buying some nice Jane Austen books, 1907 set of 6. Bought that, and I bought some stools that will be changing out next week. Mr. Magazine saw those. They're saddle stools, which I had never seen before. Very, very cool. Haul video is up behind the paywall, and we have over 400 videos up behind the paywall at this point, so you definitely need to check that out. Then another sale, I did pick up some photos at it. Now, I went there on Sunday. It was like 12 degrees, 15 degrees here, and I went there, and there was a 20-minute wait, and I said, I'm not waiting 20 minutes. I don't need to buy anything that bad. So I came back on Monday. They had some really nice photos, tourist photos. They traveled to Africa a lot. So 1930s and 40s African tourist photos. But they were asking the price on them. So I ended up buying what I thought was the best. I gave them my card. I said, contact me if nobody buys the rest of them. And apparently somebody must have bought the rest of them because I never got called back. But I didn't want to pay the prices they had on them. And they're not real wheeler dealers. If they were an estate sale company that was quick for the deal, I would have been walking out with all the photos for sure. Totally. But they're not that kind of dealer. So So what's the weather like by you?
We got about 2 feet of snow last Monday, and it continues to be about 1.5 feet. It's warm, but no one's running estate sales.
How warm is it?
I mean, warm for us right now is like 30 degrees.
Oh, that's warm for us. Yeah, no, we've been down around. We had 15. It's been 15 forever. We got up to 25 today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, nobody's running anything on that. No flea markets. No outdoor flea markets today?
No. I mean, there are indoor flea markets, funnily enough, but they're like a monthly thing.
Are they good, or are they the cheap stuff that the people buy in the big boxes and it's all the plastic?
If I wanted to work harder, I'm sure I could make money on them. I just don't want to. I've got stuff here that I've not intended to, and if I do get around to it, they'll probably sell. Why spend more money?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think we're all in that boat too. It's just how much time we want to devote to the stuff that we have laying around. And I haven't been buying lately much at all. And I listed some stuff today that I bought in 2018. I was like, oh, there's a nice pile of stuff I can list. And that's what I listed today. And it'll sell at some point, but it's been sitting there for 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, I was putting together a catalog like last week, and I was like, man, I don't have enough good stuff for this list, or I just need one like $500 item, and then it'll make sense money-wise. And I just dig around a box, and I find this great piece of sheet music with great illustration on it. Boom, that's it. And it's been there since the summertime. I paid like $100 for it, so I'm like, crap.
There you go. Yeah. Glitch of the week. Mr. Magazine had a problem, but it turns out a lot of people had the problem with you couldn't print labels from your funds.
Yeah. That was weird. Yeah.
And turns out a lot of people had it, but worst of all, people were not able to print the labels, but the money was being taken out of PayPal. So you paid for the label, but the label never appeared and you couldn't print it. So eBay said, we're aware of the glitch and you don't have to do anything. We'll get your money back for you. If that happened to you, I might follow up. I wouldn't necessarily trust eBay that they're going to just give you your money back.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I usually ship through pirate ship, or
Okay, that's
I
a
just
question I was gonna have. Yeah.
buy the label at USPS and it's kind of whatever, $10. It's not gonna kill it.
Now, pirate ship works pretty well for you.
Yeah, it's effective enough. I just get lazy. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I don't want to buy paper or ink.
Right, right. Yeah, I use PayPal for my shipping like that.
Huh.
PayPal has a shipping labels area. So if somebody
Really?
pays for something, one problem that you find on Amazon, Mr. Magazine can definitely tell you it's a problem. Occasionally, though, an address will come up and you can't ship it out post office. It'll only be UPS.
Or FedEx. Yeah, it's weird.
But here's the crazy thing. You can put it in at like 12 ounces and it won't print. So then you change it to 11 ounces and post office shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
You're going,
What?
It definitely slows you down. Yeah.
You're like, why can this not go at 12 ounces? It doesn't find the address. At 11 ounces, it does. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
But occasionally you screw around and it won't find it at all. And that's when I go over to PayPal and I use PayPal shipping on that. And PayPal shipping actually has a new thing that you can copy the address, bring it over, paste it, and then push a button and it'll break it up and populate the address for you. So that's pretty cool. But you have to check it over because if they didn't put the address in a standard form of some kind, it's not going to populate properly.
Gotcha.
So something to look for. But it's good to know too. Is I'm assuming you have PayPal. It's good to know you got that as a backup, just in case pirate ship's ever down. You could just use that to print postage.
Totally. Yeah, no idea. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if my average dollar value is like $150 to $200, paying $10 for shipping rarely makes a difference. But I totally get like those lower value. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, that always makes me laugh. We've talked about that before and had a good laugh about it. You'll sit there and you'll see somebody selling a sports card, let's say, something like that. And it's a $1,500 item plus $3.25 shipping. And you're going, really? You can't eat the shipping for $3.25? You're really going to nickel and dime me on that at the end? It's $1,500.
Right.
I mean, I do nickel and dime people. That's true.
Well, there we are. Big change over on Whatnot. If you move your show, reschedule it for more than 24 hours out, you lose all your pre-bids. So before, people would be pre-bidding on an item and I couldn't make the show for some reason, and I just moved it 2 weeks out. All my pre-bids followed. Now they all disappear. But the bidders do get a notice that, hey, the show has been moved. You can rebid again. So they do at least get notice of that. But that's a big change I just noticed on that over there. And then Whatnot also has put limits on if you want to. You can sit there now and you can put a limit on Whatnot where you say, I do not allow me to spend more than X dollars a week or X dollars a month.
Wow.
So if you want to only spend $250 a week, it won't let you spend more than that if you set your own limits.
Can I do that with groceries with my wife? That would be great.
Do you have a website or do you mostly sell in person?
I do have a website that I use for kind of marketing and identity purposes only. Like I don't sell inventory there. I just put PDFs of previously sold or picked through catalogs. I sell by having someone's email and pinging them an address, and a PDF. I have gotten emails sent to me from someone who just found me on the internet and that kind of thing. So it does work somewhat to attract clients, but I'm not that pressed for a volume.
No, and I'm on your email list, and I always take a look through the catalogs. Nothing that I would be buying, as I don't collect that.
Sure.
But I do enjoy looking at it. I kind of treat it as research kind of deal and see what you got and see what you're asking on it. And Odds are I'm probably not. Actually, there's a chance that I could find it over here. You know, Rochester is a big college town. It's a big, lot of medical facilities and all that. And it's, you know, Kodak back in the day, engineers and all that kind of stuff. Who knows what people may have over here? You absolutely never know. So it's upper class kind of city as far as that goes with that sort of thing.
Totally. I mean, I have a specialty in kind of like old religious movements and kind of alternative religions. So like spiritualism, ghosts, kind of ghost writing, that kind of thing. And Rochester used to be a major hub for all of these new age spiritual teachers. And pretty frequently people like go into like old houses there and just come out with like bunches of like spiritual photographs or you know, automatic writing stuff. I've got a good book selling friend down in New Baltimore who, well, I mean, he goes upstate frequently.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's good picking up here, definitely. Have you found any grails that you aren't going to part with?
Everything I have is for sale. I mean, like I have my personal library, which is also technically for sale if I ever really need to go. But you know, there's definitely material that I put a price on just because I like it, and I don't want to see it go like for $5. At the moment, I have an archive of this African American guy who collected slave artifacts and kind of slave memorabilia, and then kind of used it to teach students and loan to exhibitions and that kind of thing. So he took photographs of the exhibits he put on, and he also collected flyers and all kinds of like Black radical material. And we're talking about probably 10 folders worth of just flyers, collages that he would use to teach kids, correspondence from museums who he donated to. This is wild stuff from the 1980s through the 90s or so. And you know, I'm asking a pretty penny for it because I think the demand is probably there, and the odds I see something like that again soon is slim.
Oh yeah, no, it's one of a kind, definitely. That's the beauty of the stuff like that. Yep.
But like then again, you know, it's like I like it and I put that price on it, but because my clientele are institutions and libraries, you kind of offer it to the 5 places that could potentially want it or collect it, and you ask too high of a price, you're boned. You know, you just can't sell it anywhere else.
All right, time for item of the week. Now, Mr. Magazine was nice enough to give me my Christmas bonus / Christmas present.
Really? Oh, okay. Good for me. I got off cheap.
It's actually Dodo Comics. Now, the interesting thing about this is it's not worth very much, so we see how valuable I am to Mr. Magazine in his eyes.
Cover price.
Well, yeah, exactly. But this is it's a smaller size comic book than a traditional comic book, obviously. But it's also a 5-cent cover price. And very few comics out there are 5-cent cover prices. Fawcett did a couple. This is 1951 from Top Quality and a few others. So everybody always talks about, oh, you got to get the 10 centers. You got to get the 10 centers, the old ones. Well, a lot of people didn't even know that they did make 5-cent cover prices. Not very many of them. There's probably, I would guess, there were, I think, 7 in this series, and Fawcett had a few nickel comics, and there was another publisher as well. Might be 25 5-cent comics, different comics out there, but I am the proud owner of one of them. So that's there we are. Dodo Comics, 5 cents back in the day.
Do you collect comics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I got it from. I think, honestly, it's right up your alley. It was 5 cents.
You should be like, I specially found it for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I teach him everything.
It came in a suitcase.
Exactly.
Nice.
Insulting offer of the week. I had a Walt Disney Comics and Story comic book. I was asking $24.22 with free shipping. A guy in California made me a $5 offer, which means I could lose money selling it to him.
Nice.
I declined that offer. And Mr. Magazine, that is true, Don. That is true. I do collect quite a few things.
Actually, he's trying to collect every item in the Overstreet comic book. The yearly one. The guy.
Trying to. Yes.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
go ahead.
I'm definitely not opposed to making really low ball offers on eBay to eBay sellers. I'm shameless.
You never know. People try to make a
People
living.
probably,
off it,
people accept them, but do try to make enough so that they actually can pay the postage.
Yeah. Sure.
Fair.
I got a few romance comics, Jeff. I do have a couple of romance comics. That is true.
They're
I
an
bought
over-
one from Jeff, as a matter of fact.
They're an
back in the
overstock.
day.
Of course you do.
Nickel copy of Captain Adam. There you are. Mr. Magazine had Silent Mary Pirates Lego, which is a Lego set. He was asking $558 on it. The person offered $325. Then when Mr. Magazine turned it down, they offered $275.
A lot of time on their hands.
Now that is a sure way to get yourself blocked on eBay, because at that point you're just wasting somebody's time. You're just being a jerk at that point. Because if I didn't take $325, I'm not going to suddenly say, wow, you're right. 5 minutes later, $275 is a much better offer.
Maybe you watched the show and you wanted to be on the show. That's
you
his
go.
only way of getting in.
There you go. Oh, time for the Confucius joke of the week. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Confucius is talking to his friend this week, and the friend said, I heard that you got your wife a lady's wristwatch. How did she like it? Confucius said, fine. But then the lady came and took it back.
Yeah.
So he likes that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. These are better lately.
I heard you got your wife a lady's wristwatch. How'd she like it? Fine, but the lady came and took it back. Come down, my whatnot shows 20 past the hour. You'll get a joke as funny as that. Almost guaranteed.
No, we just lost someone.
I usually leave before I tell the joke. I got to talk to Pico for 1 minute. I got to find this super quick. This is worth it.
So getting back to the magazines, do you think Abe's better than A Libris then to sell on, as far as the like adult titles and so forth? It'll be like Playboy level. I don't think I'd put anything crazy on there, you know. But,
yeah, I think Abe is definitely better. I've heard that A Libris is pretty old and hasn't been updated pretty well. So I wouldn't. Yeah, someone who's not either, I wouldn't choose.
Well, and I like the concept too that it's $40 and then you don't have to pay anything until
anything sells.
We're on another site right now. Sales are kind of going down on this oddball adult site that we're on. So, and I got a guy, the IT guy can transfer listings right over. Probably he's pretty good with that. So it might be something we could look into. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Started reading Confucius better than Cornfucius. What is Dawn talking about? Oh,
that would be good. Well,
Cornfucius is much better.
We're not that upscale.
Exactly.
Vintage magazines, vintage humor.
So, Mr. Magazine, I know they were. I remember. I still have it. It was the 100-page special. I have it. So, Mr. Magazine sold a True Stories of Love and Romance, December 1935 vintage magazine. He then, apparently, Mr. Magazine, they sent the wrong item out. The guy said, or the wrong item was pictured one way or the other. Something.
I think the title was right, but the picture was wrong, and he wanted the picture. But we had what was titled or something like that.
I bought the True Love and Romances, and you sent me True Story. You literally sent me that copy. You sent what was titled, not what was pictured. Why on earth would you give a different magazine and not the True Stories Love and Romance pictured above? You gave me the True Story magazine. You purposely scammed me and gave me True Story magazine, knowing its value is way lower, and don't know why your eyes think the picture is the same as that. You sent me the wrong item. Don't worry, seller. Keep sending wrong products to your customers. You will eventually learn in your afterlife in the middle of the earth for ruining my life.
Wow.
First of all,
employee error, and this happens every now and then when you do volume, but they didn't change the picture. Now, if you're buying this item in whatever, $20, and the title's different than the picture, wouldn't you just say, hey, what are you selling? Like 1 out of 10 people actually say that when this happens, like, what are you selling? And then usually we have both, but we just want to make sure we sent you what you want, which he did not do, and we would have corrected that. But wow, that's pretty sad when that's his, his afterlife issue.
My father used to say to me, if that's the worst thing that has ever happened to you in life, you've had a pretty good life. So
It's true.
you have completely ruined this man's life by sending him the wrong magazine, and now you're going to hell.
I saw my wife this. Oh my God, I chipped my nail. I go, that's your problem for today? I wish I had all 10 nails chipped. That'd be a great day for me.
So yeah, so Mr. Magazine has been condemned to hell for sending the wrong magazine out. So
Sad.
Sucks.
Yeah, you were cursed. Yeah, you were
I
cursed.
got nothing. And I already thought I was in hell.
You got nothing to live for. Nothing to live for, man. Mr. Magazine got yelled at by eBay because do not do what Mr. Magazine did. If you get international orders, do not ship them together if eBay did not put them together. Somebody bought 2 different magazines and Mr. Magazine shipped them together. However, eBay billed them separately. You have to ship them separately if eBay bills them separately. He got yelled at by them that it screws up customs and all of that. And if he continues to do so, he could get kicked out of the program. So do not do that.
I feel like that's not the first time. We always try to combine orders, and they always want us to. So I feel like it's happened many times before, unless the guy complained or someone.
Well, no. eBay saw it. eBay saw it. They must have opened the package up. Yeah.
So we can't combine international.
You cannot combine international. Yeah. If eBay has them separate, they're separate.
Wow.
That's just the way it is.
Well, at least what's my backup plan when I get kicked off in about a year?
We're going to hell anyway. Does it really matter?
eBay hell.
eBay Post Office is putting forth an idea in order to get more money to charge you if your measurements are wrong on the package that you send. They're pushing for that. Now, I don't know how strict they're going to be about that because my thought is if you put it in and it's 11 by 8 by 1 and it's 11 by 7 by 1, is that enough? Or are they just talking about, if you put in it's 11 by 8 by 1 and it's 12 by 12 by 12? I don't know.
Okay, I got to step in here.
Okay, it's half your show.
There's no way. What are they going to measure everything that comes through?
There's no way.
You're trying to find the most
crazy ones? But I can see if you're going beyond it. What's the size limit? 22
inches. Yeah.
I can see them doing that.
Which they do now anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. If people are going, it's they're going to write down 19 and it's 23, but it's like media mail. They're only going to open up media mail because everything else are getting enough money for. They don't care to inspect ground advantage or priority. So I think it's going to be the same type of thing where media mail or oversized stuff. They're not going to, especially during Christmas, they're going to measure everything that goes through. I don't think so.
No. I mean, I always kind of fudge the weight that my thing is.
Yeah, you have to. Everyone does it, and everyone does Life's media. 9 out of 10 people probably ship Life magazine's media mail, and no one ever has issues. It's just what people do, and they're not going to check every package. It's just not.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is going to be on Whatnot before the Super Bowl.
Wow.
He's giving away $1 million. So it's going to be before the Super Bowl over there.
There's got to be a catch. Anything you got to do?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, wow.
$1 million in prizes Mr. Beast is giving away over there. Now, my thought when I saw that is I'm pretty sure Whatnot's probably financing that.
Yeah.
He's given his name to the platform.
Oh, yeah.
He's giving away $1 million worth of stuff. It's good for him. It's good for his brand. It's good for Whatnot. It drives a lot of people over to the site.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure, they get some positives. Have you ever bought anything over on Whatnot? Or you ever been to Whatnot? Or
no, I still haven't checked it out. I'm sure I should. The problem is when I get on auction sites and stuff, I just love buying. And so if I want a thing, I mean, that's it. I just overbid almost all the time.
So I have auctions Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm just saying, nothing to do with your overbidding. Nothing to do with it at all.
If you want $10 books for $3, he is your man.
I'm sure.
No, you should definitely check it out. It is a fun site. It is a fun site to go to and to run shows on and everything. I had a lot of fun over there.
Yeah. I think I've got to do something with my lower level inventory. My $35 books, Whatnot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you definitely could. Yeah.
It's really fun when I pick out records that the crowd doesn't like. They tell my guy selling them he hates us today. Mr. Magazine hates us. What is this garbage? It's so fun. Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah. they want those $50 records for $5, and I just don't have them. Sorry, what am I going to do?
Apparently the book trade must be a little bit different of a trade. We don't really heckle like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they never like talk to me through him, and it's like James comes to me and goes, "They said you don't like him today." I go, well, I can only pick what I pick. I can't look through 10,000 records in an hour. I pick out whatever I think might sell, and it is what it is.
Oh, Will Eisner, I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not, created The Shadow, among other things. His intellectual property, including The Shadow, is up for auction. So they're going to be auctioning off his intellectual property.
Oh, wow.
So if you ever wanted to do a comic book or things like that, you could go ahead and buy his intellectual property and go have The Shadow do cool things.
I got to guess that Marvel should be buying this. I mean, right? I mean, Disney or Marvel, someone, yeah.
Yeah, you would think so.
I don't know what it's worth. It's got to be millions and millions of dollars.
I would think so, yeah.
But still, movie rights, comic book rights, yeah.
That's crazy. Imagine it goes to some guy.
The Spirit. I'm sorry, The Spirit, not The Shadow. I'm sorry, The Spirit. My bad, Jeff. My bad. You're right. I miswrote it down there. Thank you, Kent. Thank you. I'm getting blasted.
This is like the whatnot crew, I know.
Well, that's what they say. If you ever want to find out the answer to something on the internet, you just put the wrong answer up and you wait 5 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, it's true when we're listing like photos of like celebrities and adult actors. Sometimes we don't know them all. I'm like, just put it up there. If it's wrong, they're going to tell us soon. Don't worry about it. The best was when we have foreign playboys or different countries and stuff, and we don't know some of the languages, but they're similar. And we'll put up wrong. There's one guy's an expert every time. It's not Brazil. It's this one, okay. So we don't have to research. They research for us. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Over the next few weeks, we got some guests coming up. Next week, we have Elite Estate Sales coming up. That should be a lot of fun. We got Breeze Flippers, and we got Fossil Forward Finds coming up in March as well. And then I don't mean to brag a little bit over here to our guest, but Mr. Moneybags, you can call me now. I am setting up at the Mayville Paper Show August 1st. If you're in the Chautauqua area of New York State, it's lovely up there, absolutely beautiful. I'll be setting up. 2 tables are $70, so $35 for 1 table, $70 for 2. But if you buy 2, you can set up the night before, which to me, that is well worth it because you can shop a day early.
Totally.
But he demands a $50 deposit, and then he'll get the other $20 the day of the show. I said all $70. I don't want to brag here, but I said all $70. I'm like, I think I can send all 70. My luck, I'd forget the 20, and then he'd yell at me, not let me set up.
Yeah.
My wallet would get stolen on my way to the show, and I couldn't set up. But no, it should be a lot of fun, though. So how many shows do you physically set up at a year?
How many shows? I mean, let's see. Last year was my first full year in business. I did 5, I think, because I did Allentown. I did a show in New York City. I did a show in New Hampshire. I think it was at Boston. You saw me at Boston.
Yeah.
And then the ephemera show in Greenwich. So yeah, I'll probably set up at those same shows again this year.
And Allentown twice?
I only did Allentown in the fall.
Okay, you're not going to do the spring one?
I might. I don't know.
Well, there you go. And how much stuff do you bring to a show generally?
How much stuff? I don't know. I fill up ephemera crates, just like wooden boxes, and then I stand up about 20 odd, like 3 to 4 figure items on a little plastic stool. And some of that stuff moves, and most of it's just for advertising, especially at Allentown. New York, Boston, or Greenwich, I actually have to make money because the shows are expensive.
Right, yeah.
At the New York Book Fair last year, I brought about probably 100 odd things and sold about like 20 to 30 of them. So
that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I made like $5,000. So
nice.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, no. I had a couple other questions over here. So you are much younger than we are.
Sure.
Mr. Magazine.
Yep.
Your father's generation.
Okay.
What was the best thing about setting up at the shows as far as their mind went?
Did I do all the work?
Well, okay, that part too. That part too. It was a cash business.
Yes.
And every old dealer, all the money was going in. So I was at Boston, and I saw our friend here, and somebody was trying to pay him, and he didn't have change for the gentleman. And I said, "You need change? I got plenty of change," because I walk around, a lot of money. And you looked at me, and you're like, "Oh, it's okay, Dave. No worries. Almost everybody pays electronic." And I'm going, no, because it's a cash business. Every old timer's got that big wad of cash that they carry around with them. So how much, I guess that just really, really struck me because it really is a different world now than the old days. The old days you would go to the flea market, whatever it was. And, I was going to flea markets before you were born when you get down to it. So you always had that big pile of cash, and you would just always, everybody wanted cash. It's just the way it was. Nobody took credit cards. Nobody had any of that stuff when it started. It was a cash business because it had to be a cash business.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. So you're primarily everything is electronic for you, or?
Mine's probably half checks and half electronic, like ACH transfer, or I have a Square, but I really try not to use it. Occasionally PayPal if I have to. And then like I'll occasionally buy stuff in cash, but being paid in cash is a pain in my rear. The closest bank to me that I could deposit cash at is like 40 minutes away. So
okay. Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if you're aware of this because you are a little bit younger than me. Things like grocery stores do take cash.
Oh, sure.
I don't know if you knew that. If you do have cash, you can always spend it along the way. Just saying.
No, totally. And like I could, but usually I spend it on ice cream, and just like the dumb stuff I don't need, which is like fun. But
no, it blew my mind when you said that. And the other thing that blew my mind was I did set up at Allentown, and 2 different dealers came and bought stuff for me and just pulled their checkbook out and asked me my name for checks. And I'm like, apparently I take checks. Okay. I'm not going to tell them no because they were so automatic pulling the checkbook out and starting to write it out that I'm like, and it was the dealer day. So I'm like, well, they obviously do this with everybody. And, they probably want the paper record and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll take it. But then I'm in the same situation. And the bank is only 5 minutes from my house. But I'm like, when am I going to get this deposited? I got to make a special trip to the bank. When am I going to deposit this?
So if you want to buy something for $5,000, you got cash only. They tell you your money's no good here. Right? Republic credits are no good.
I mean, you can deposit checks electronically, though. That's the thing.
I know. I've never done that. I actually go into the bank. I'm still old. I go into the bank. I want the lollipop when I go to deposit it.
Nice.
Stuff is passing bills. Exactly.
Tube socks too. Oh, sorry. I held back from a really dirty one.
I know. I appreciate that.
It would have been a home run. I couldn't do it.
I will say this though. I did try to talk with you at Allentown, and you must have seen me coming. I did try to talk with you at Allentown, and you always had customers. You were always busy, and
I had a lot of lookers and not a whole lot of customers, which is fine. When you have a customer who pays you $500 for stuff, I don't care.
Well, I didn't even have a lookers. They heard my voice and they went running the other way. So I don't know what to do. I know that guy from the YouTube. They ran the other way. Prior coming to paper going being old, electronic banking. Yeah. So I can take a picture of my check and my money's in the bank. No.
Yeah. I was in my kid's football game at halftime. I wanted to get a hot dog and stuff. I pull out my cash. There's a long line, and like I didn't have my credit card. It was in my truck, so I had to get it from my wife. So they don't take any cash at all. And everyone knew it but me.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Do you use AI in your business?
uh, yes and no. Um, I use it. Well, I was the firm I used to work for dealt only American documents, and so stuff that would be in English was almost always the case.
Okay.
Um, but just to diversify and get more Indian stuff, I am starting to use like Google AI for like translation help. Um, but because my clients are institutions and kind of curators who really care to have the right thing at the right time, uh, I never say like, I know this text says blah. Like this thing appears to say, such and such fact about world, and if it's true, it's true, and if it's not, I'm not like on the hook for being 100% right.
I hadn't thought of that with the translation. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that does make sense for something other that you would use it for.
Yeah, I mean, and the translating bots are generally more effective than I think. Well, I don't think AI is very accurate, broadly speaking, but I think Google Translate, they've really trained it to know the major Asian and English languages or Romance languages. So you can't say you're using Google Translate. That sounds embarrassing, but um, you can say got it from the internet. I don't know.
Well, I used AI, Mr. Magazine. Are you aware that well, your employee was on lunch? Did he tell you what we did?
No.
So I went to the estate sale and I bought a baseball glove. And I could tell it was about a 1930s baseball glove, and they wanted $5 on it. And I know enough to know that a 1930s baseball glove is worth $5.
Mhm.
It was pretty worn in the pocket area. You could kind of sort of make out some information there. And it did have a tag on the back, but that was kind of worn as well. So it was kind of hard to tell exactly. So I brought it in and I handed it to Mr. Magazine's employee. And I said, okay, big shot. I said, I've not done any research on this either. Let's see me doing Google search and you use an AI who can find out what manufacturer of this what the manufacturer of this glove is. And I ended up beating him. So he was all disappointed. And I said, hey, I'm going to take my victory when I can, because in 5 years, I won't be able to. Yeah, AI will beat me like that. In 1 second, it'll beat me. So it does still have issues with older items and more obscure items, things like that. It does have issues with, for the common stuff, it's way better than I ever could be on the common stuff. So, but I kind of was wondering, with you being younger, because you kind of grown up with computers and phones and all that stuff your whole life. I just learned today that you can deposit a check without going to the bank. So I'm a little bit back behind everybody else. So I was wondering what do you see forthcoming on AI as far as the rare book business?
It's real odd. So there's currently a guy who's trying to develop an AI model for rare book selling specifically. So like if you get a first edition Jane Austen from 1845, you'll know exactly what points of issue to look for. And then you can just populate your listing based on the copy you have in hand. Um, I think, and a lot of other people in the trade think, it's a grift. Because if you're asking, 5 figures for a very collectible and, you know, um, just historically significant work, and you're using the computer to give you all that info, and you're not doing any of your own work, like what value have you added beyond just throwing in money to get the thing in hand? Um, so, I mean, I think, well, and the trade is also, because a lot of the business is now institutional among rare book selling. Um, the concern is that libraries already have all the common books, and they already have a lot of the fancy books that are old and rare and used to be collectible. Um, so what they kind of need in order to fill out their collection and keep doing stuff is unique material. And if you use AI for unique material, I mean, sure, like there are multiple copies of one small pamphlet, of course, they're out there, and the AI can sometimes help you with that. But you know, there will always be stuff that no one's ever seen before.
Right. Absolutely.
And so at that point, sure, you can use AI, but part of the fun is being the first person to describe the thing you have in front of you.
Well, and I think that's what, just the thrill to find. It's so much fun hunting for it, finding it, and looking at it and go, wow, what is this? And then when you do start doing the research on it, you're like, there are any others of this out there? This is not out there. Absolutely. Had a couple of other quick questions for you.
I mean, then there's like also the other thing with like AI. Yeah, like CDVs and like old like 19th century photos in different formats. Some people really care that like you describe your like printing format correctly. So like if something is I don't know, a print from the 1800s is on a certain kind of paper, AI won't tell you exactly what paper it is. You need to know that. And we start asking $4,000 to $5,000 about for some photograph, it matters.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. My other question for you is, what do you do because you're such a specialty dealer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but let's say that I had a nice collection of things that are right in your niche, and you come by and I say, look, I'm selling to you. I like you. You're buying it all, but you're buying my entire collection, and you end up with 10 boxes of stuff that isn't in your niche at all, but you got to take it in order to get the deal. What do you do with that stuff?
Let it rot, probably, and eventually get around to it. Yeah, I definitely it's kind of funny. I have friends who are much more volume businesses than I am, or they have space to just hold stuff. So I'd be paying you effectively for the stuff I'd actually want, and then the rest I could just wholesale or trade for other material I want from friends. I did that recently over the past year. I got a big trade of stuff I didn't really want that a good friend of mine did want very badly, and we've both made thousands.
Cool. That's real good. Yeah. I definitely am going to be seeing you over at Ephemera Fair.
Cool.
Is that? It's my birthday weekend, so you can buy me cool. You can buy me a cocktail or or something. I have Allentown coming up in April, and one of the problems that we have currently is, I don't know if you looked outside, Mr. Magazine, we got a little bit of snow.
Yep.
And a lot of the stuff that I would want to get to in order to list is kind of out in the shed. I got to traipse through and shovel the snow to be able to get the doors open.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking I might do is I might make it my goal to go to Ephemera Fair and see if I can't buy stuff that I then can flip at Allentown. Try to do more of the bulk purchases. Now, I did pretty well last time at Ephemera Fair doing bulk purchases from a couple of dealers. So that's going to be kind of what in the back of my head, what I'm going to be trying to do is the more stuff that I can buy in bulk at Ephemera Fair, the less pressure on me to shovel the snow and the less pressure on me to put stuff together. And I did that pretty well. I bought a lot of stuff at the Springfield Antique Extravaganza that I just brought it right as I bought it and threw a price on it at Allentown and doubled my money on the stuff that I bought. So love to do that. One of those deals go around. So if you got some stuff like that you got sitting around that you're looking to wholesale out.
Totally. Happy to.
Everybody's coming out there. So, and I got a little bit of money and it's my birthday, so you can give me something. Absolutely. Don't blame it. I'll blame the rain. I'll blame it on the rain. That song came out before you were born.
Yeah, I mean, and I also like go to shows and I will buy something like out of Allentown and then flip it to Boston for 2, 3, 5 times the money for sure. But usually I'll have to do more work than just sticking a number on it.
Oh, luckily I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, nice. Good for you.
That is true, Don. That is true. All right, we're going to head on into the rambling story of the week, and I've got one. So it's what month is this right now, Mr. Magazine?
Yeah, just turned February.
So it was time for my annual problem where my furnace decides not to work. And I came downstairs and I go, it's just a little bit chilly a couple of days ago in the afternoon. And I always keep my thermostat at 69. Nice. And I came down and it was 65. And I go, oh, that's not good. Now we've been getting so much snow that my first thought was we got the vent, and I said maybe the snow is up against the vent.
Mhm.
So I run outside, traipse through the 1.5 foot of snow that I've been talking about, and run out in the back, look around. I go, nope, no snow in front of it. Come back in. I got to call my guy. Thank goodness he only lives about 10 minutes away, and he came by on his way home. He got it fixed because the next day was 6 degrees. Now, if I had gone to sleep and not seen that the temperature was bad, I would have probably figured it out in the morning with 6 degrees outside. But it is the same problem. The condensation hose is getting something in it. He actually called his local rep, who called the national, and the only thing they can come up with, he's got to take it apart in the spring and take a look. There might be a rare bacteria that's thriving in the acidity of my furnace. They go, that's the only thing we can think of. I'm like, where does bacteria come from?
At least something's thriving in this building.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sure it's easy to get an HVAC guy too now. They're probably lining up at the door. It's so easy to get right on the spot.
This guy was by an hour afterwards.
I can't believe I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Maybe if you treat people nicely like me.
Well, it's commercial. Commercial's another one.
You know, commercial's a whole other world.
They want you to spend $5,000 minimum. If not, they don't have time for it.
Yeah, no, it was $129
Nice
for him to come out and on his way home. Well, I'm on his way home, so it's found money for him. So he's like, I can stop by and do this, pick up some money. So
cool. Good stuff.
All righty. Anything you have to promote, my friend?
No, I don't think so. I'm doing this ephemera show in March in Greenwich, Connecticut, and then I'm going to do one in New York in May.
Very good.
So if I see you there, that's awesome. Come by.
Yeah, very good.
Finally got a new furnace.
Got a new furnace. Yeah, and this furnace is 2017. It's not that old. It shouldn't be on the fritz like this already. Yeah, no, I'll definitely talk to you over at Ephemera Fair. I'm coming by Friday, so if you're around, we can get in touch and definitely talk to you. And I'll find out about the New York City because I got a friend who lives near New York City, so great to go down there as well.
Yeah, totally shop out. That's great.
Definitely do appreciate you coming on out. Had a lot of fun. Everybody hit the like button if you could, and we will see you all next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, he left. Okay.